They can hear all this shit. So
This is listen to the mic. That's not what this is.
welcome back, guys. So if you're joining us on YouTube, this is the after session Q&A. And so we're happy to be back here. We just had one hell of a ride. And so we're going to just hang out with you guys for a little bit and do a little bit of a Q&A session here for you guys. So I guess we can talk about the campaign, talk about what we thought, well, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah, let's do that. So for my part, you know, we had a couple of extra sessions booked in, and then things like really came together like last week and this week with how the dice told the story for us. And that is what Save All Dice is about, right? Telling the dice told story, especially when they tell fours all the time. But that last fight there, last week and this week, was one of the most, like, the tensest moments, I think, in our campaign. And everything had built up, right? So to go on a little sidetrack here, Needles was, you know, this little NPC that I had, cool idea. I was like, oh, you know, she's a cool idea. Everyone fucking loved her. And I'm like, okay, let's make her into a real villain. These guys wanted to kill her so fucking bad throughout the entire campaign, right? I'm like, I've got these other villains set up, and they're like, no, we want Needles. We want Needles. So I'm like, cool, let's bring Needles. And of course, Needles came in last week because Calium rolled like 3 perception checks to find her. Like, he really wanted it. And I'm like, sure, yeah, she turns up. Get this epic last fight with them. And like, she was a villain that they wanted to kill all throughout. So this epic last stand scene with her and the party, they finally get her, bringing justice to Penumbra and all the evil that she's been doing, and then Wyrme going back and of course being betrayed by Salvador, and the true gangster movie that Wyrme belongs in. The dice told the story for me tonight, and it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed that last fight in particular. It was so good. Ajax the maid bar.
And the main bar. Yeah.
Well, you know, the fact that we latched onto Needles so much, that did us in. Because we had like 2 rounds or 3 rounds of you going, boots are coming, soldiers are coming.
Yeah. It's not like if we wanted to escape, I think that people could have. It's just Ajax wasn't going to escape. That was his last stand, I think. People would have had to drag him away. But yeah, I like a good organic TPK. Sometimes it's fun when it's tense and fast moving, and like the combat has an ebb and flow. It can be fun.
It did feel right, I felt, you know, with the nature of the characters, the nature of the game where it had been going, Ajax so kind of fatalistic that he was going to end up dead at the end of the season anyway. He had sold off his body to flesh eaters.
Yeah. Good luck collecting on that.
Yeah, Book 07, you know, wanted to know if anyone saw it coming tonight. I don't know about you guys in the chat watching, but we didn't know it was going to happen. You know, I was thinking we were going to run, but it was like, oh, we're so close to killing Needles if we just stay one more round. And then started dropping.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was figuring. I figured we'd have to deal with more of the fallout from Salvador and that stuff before finally meeting our comeuppance at another place.
It became a gangster movie, right? Like it became like a mafia movie where it became about, you know, this powerful figure Salvador, and you guys had set him up, and you knew he was gonna, you know, do you in or try and do you in at one point, but for the power which he gave you and going to like blowing up all these public events, getting all these guards, it's like whenever you're watching a mob film, you know at some point it's gonna go bad for them, right? Like you have this feeling like you're coming towards the end of the movie, it's like the end of Lair Cake. It's like, this can't be good, you know. And then it happens, and you're like, glorious.
Absolutely glorious. Piss off enough people and have them all trip over themselves coming after you.
And we did kind of talk that, like, hey, you know, maybe we should just go out, and it wasn't like it was not planned. Holy crap, we thought we were gonna go for at least 2 more weeks before we even started talking really about getting into season 3. And yeah, you know, it was like one of those things where I think Jim, you kind of mentioned it, right? Where you were like, hey, you know, maybe we'll go out like that, and and then it happened naturally through kind of our character choices. So I
can tell you, Wyrme had no intention of going out in a blaze of glory.
I didn't figure Wyrme would, nor maybe
he was really pushing boundaries as it was for his character.
He did very well. I mean, he got away in the end. Just, you know, that there was a sticky end coming.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, he had to stop, you know, flipping the coin, as it were. It was good. Yes, I think Brianna was one of my favorite moments throughout the season. Whilst we're reminiscing here,
Oh yeah.
that whole episode, I think, was a big turning point for you guys as a party.
Yeah, you know, Brad would, or Adam Bradford was just a
great
guest. I would love to have him back on the show.
Oh yeah,
he's just a good guy. I've actually had quite a few conversations with him about different things, you know, in person and on the phone. And we're even talking about going down to D&D Beyond and running a game, because it's, you know, they're on the East Coast, they're within driving distance, and it just seems like it would be a lot of fun. But
do that, man.
I really enjoyed the first time I got to talk to that guy, because he was like, so I want to prove I'm a real gamer, just just came out of him.
Yeah.
So he stepped up immediately. He was ready to go.
Another question here. XTC, I think they think that you're me, Jim. They said a rare melee character for Pruitt was their reason behind the selection. So
okay.
Pretty sure that was meant for you.
Oh yes, I am Jim. That's Pruitt.
I'm Pruitt.
He sits to the right. I sit to the left.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
it's all right.
okay.
It's okay.
Sorry guys, I
to get us
confused all the
confused.
time too.
That's all.
Yeah. For me, yes, it was a rare melee character. I knew that I wanted to play a melee-oriented class just to see what it's like. I chose Berserker because of the description. It was like these are warriors born in battle kind of thing. And because I hear everybody's like, you got to take Totem Barbarian, I was like, no, you don't. You can try something else. And while it would have been nice to have resistance against that necrotic damage, that 44 necrotic damage, what would it have bought him? An extra round before he goes down. And I just liked the character. I wanted a barbarian that was not a stereotypical barbarian, in the same way that Jogo wasn't a stereotypical barbarian. You know, Jogo was a different kind of barbarian, and Ajax is a different kind of barbarian. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's great fun.
Yeah, it was great to watch. Definitely one of my favorite characters from the campaign. It's a lot of fun. Zerift asks, what was your favorite aspects of the campaign? Favorite aspects? Pruitt, you got a favorite aspect? Or anyone jump in, really?
Favorite aspect? Will, the world. I love it. I absolutely love playing Warhammer Fantasy RPG, and it really reminded me of that. So that was probably my favorite aspect, was just the I mean, like, really in my head, everything everywhere was the color of mud, blood, and shit, and that was it. And so well done there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's suitably dark, and I love it because, you know, I'm an edgelord and shit. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, like we're all big Warhammer fans in here, so like I fucking big inspiration for
Poor
me.
Will shows up, right? And so we've already gone through season 1 with Andrew, and Jim's behind the screen. And so Will's kind of coming in. We've already kind of like been at least playing here in Saber Dice. We kind of know the vibe, and Will's coming in totally blind. And he's like, yeah, it's penumbra, it's dark, it's bloody, there's like almost no magic. And then we're all like, we're going to roll up all these amazing magical characters. Is that cool? He's like, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, sure. And then we proceed to just tell a bunch of dick jokes all season. And I don't think he was.
Hey, I was like, oh, this is like, so here's Will, and he's like, Will runs a cast of like 24/7 every day streaming dick jokes about D&D, right? And it's like, I'm coming to a professional crew now. Like, I'm not like just hanging out. Like, I've got Jim Davis, I got Cody here, I got Dave Fry, I got Pruitt here. And then I'm like, oh, it is just like my own stream. This is excellent.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
3 episodes later, there's Suicide Chickens, Turkey Jerky, and Brianna. So, I think episode 1, I was like, I'm so focused on this. And then from there on, I kind of was like, oh, cool.
It's tough to spend a lot of time in dark fantasy without having some humor.
It's
tough.
Yeah.
And so you got to laugh it up. I love your NPCs. You really just inhabit the character in a way that's really great to role play next to.
You stole my answer, man.
Sorry.
I found it interesting that all campaign, like all season, there was like never any good choices. You know, like
loved it.
We couldn't trust anyone. Everyone was using us some way or another. Like we were just like cornered and trapped. the whole season until we like said, you know what, we're not going back to Castle Rock. Fuck those guys. We're not going to chase needles anymore. We're just going to do our own thing. It was like the first time that we got like a little bit of control of our own destiny, I want to say. But it was just such a cool feeling to play that different kind of game.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite NPC?
Man, I'm partial to Salvatore, to be honest with you.
I might have to go. I might have to go Graham. I might have to go Graham.
Hey!
I think when he came on, he was exactly what Jim was talking about, where he was like this burst of color and fun and energy in this like, okay, we're on this mission to go kill this bitch, and and all this awfulness stuff going on. So I mean, I loved him. He was just a delight, I think.
I don't know. Curtis Wine was really good.
Curtis Wine.
I had that French guy who like really flirted with Ajax.
He was. I was kind of sad to see him go. In a lot of ways, I liked hanging out at the castle too much. Right. And I knew, like, as a player, if this was like a home campaign and we're just hanging out, I might be fine with like hanging out at the castle for 3 sessions. But I think overall it was good that we decided to go to Ostwald.
Yeah. Man, yeah, Tad's definitely gets an honorable mention.
That was going to be my answer. Tad.
He just got more and more ridiculous each episode.
Every time.
Well, but he was truly loyal. He's like the only.
I know, yeah.
Right? Like he was the last essence of good left in this world was Tad, and we left him behind.
He was like that kid, the kid in Game of Thrones, the fat kid that's the baker. Totally out of place for everything else. Not interested in being a part of it, but he's doing what he's got to do.
And you got to go back and check up on him every now and again. See how he's doing.
Yep. That's why you need henchmen.
What a lad. Yeah, no, I one of the most exciting things for me, part of a campaign, is bringing NPCs to life. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed them. They're where I get to have a lot of fun. Salvador is one of my favorite NPCs to play. So yeah, he was a lot of fun. As for the others, let's see some other questions. Yes, Blaze of Glory. Yes, End Thoughts on Mistwalker. Cody. We did a lot of playtesting on the Mistwalker.
I mean, I've got some thoughts on some things I want to tweak. Look, honestly, I could just put it out if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that. I want it to be something that people can actually use in their games and not just show up to their table and have their team look over it and be like, nah, that's not going to happen. So I think that there's some buffs that I do want to give to the class a little bit. With using the bonus action to miswalk at level 6, I think I kind of want to move that up a little bit. Kind of give it closer to a rogue's cunning action, I think. I don't know if I want to play with the hit die, but yeah, there's some things on mine, and then I'm working on a whole. This is the conviction of the blade that you guys are seeing, and so we're still working on the conviction of the mind, which is going to be more of a caster type build to it. And so yeah, I've shown it to a few confidants on the back end that I trust. Maybe some people over at AbTab and some other places that we're doing some tweaking and working with. So yes, it is coming, but. Look, I'm a YouTuber. I got a day job. We put out a new magazine now. It's like, there's a lot going on. So we want to do some more playtesting before we push it out. But I promise it will get released here in the next month or two.
Awesome.
I want to know what Needles was.
What was she? That's a question for another day, my friends. We got a whole novel to write there about Needles, I think.
I thought the prevailing opinion was that she was somehow the villain from the first campaign in disguise, a Rakshasa.
I like that theory. She's a time traveling villain. There's no let that dream die.
Needles is Pag.
Yeah. Truth is, she's actually Tad. Plot twist.
Oh my god. Shit.
It all makes sense.
So.
Yeah, the betrayal. Is there any interesting story or backstory point you wish you had come out before the end? That's a good bit of backstories campaign. We hit a lot of sun stuff, didn't we?
Yeah. I don't
What Ajax
know.
was?
I guess I hit everything. Ajax was a soldier and he had a kid somewhere
Yeah.
along the way, and then he fought in a rebellion. I don't do big elaborate backstories. I let it's dribs and drabs throughout the campaign for me.
I think I would have liked to see more of Elvadine's background. You know, just kind of get a little bit more of a vibe from what was pulling him in. I think he was really the only one that didn't get probably as touched on as much.
He didn't have closure. He had a few moments of describing, you know, his kind of turn from just he's there because y'all were the only people that never pushed him away, and he started to bond with the party. And actually, that's why, like, if you remember in that very first fight, instead of healing you that one time, I continued to attack because it was just like, I'll get to him in a minute. But then he was like I did that for like purely RP reasons, because I was hoping that you would like bitch at me more and we could have a little thing there.
Why didn't you help out?
Yeah, exactly. and start to do that. So I just started doing that anyway. Probably my favorite moment was the grabbing Wyrme by the leg and dragging him over so I could twin heal Ajax and Wyrme.
Yes,
That was good.
Yeah, that was a moment. It's like, yeah, he probably put Wyrme in a little bit of danger, but he had the best intentions in the end, you know?
Yeah.
And so I really wish you would have had some closure as far as just like I had this whole kind of speech prepared where like we had like a big thing we were about to go into, and I didn't think that was going to happen yet, so I didn't. So that was the thing. It was just like I had a whole thing that I was hoping to, you know, like really reach for.
Sometimes you wait and then we're dead.
Yeah, shit. Well, now we're fucking dead. Anyway.
You got to be the most mysterious anyway.
That is true. You were the
True.
edge.
He loves a mystery.
Yeah. His tail dies with him. If you had to only choose one snack, jerky or pumpkin seeds, Dave Friant.
Pumpkin seeds all the way. They almost took me out.
Yeah, if my life depended on it, pumpkin seeds.
Did we ever explain the joke? I don't know if we ever
I think we did in the last Q&A. We talked about it a little bit.
Maybe, I don't know.
Season 3 does need pumpkin seeds, so yeah. Yeah, I think I would go to pumpkin seeds too. I want to try them. I've never tried them. So
pumpkin seeds are a bomb.
It's got to be jerky, man. Come on.
I like jerky too.
I live in Texas, like, we're eating some beef jerky. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had jerky either. Certainly not turkey jerky.
Depending on it's pretty good. I like.
They got tuna jerky, man.
They do have
Never had
jerky.
tuna jerky.
Beef jerky. Will Jones.
No, we don't really eat it over here.
Cody, have you ever had?
You're not really missing much.
I mean, it's like just like dried out meat, right?
It's dried out meat.
Yeah, you know, like I always imagine it like, oh, now I'm really adventuring because I have some.
You know the saying where it's like never trust a skinny chef. Yeah, Will Jones, you got.
No, I
don't trust your opinion, man.
I'll be honest. The best jerky is venison jerky after it's the deer that you killed. So that's all I'm saying.
Shit got dark.
It did.
Yeah, that one.
Jerky for the person that you killed is the best.
I held it down and I drank its blood.
I ripped its heart from its chest, and
No, but I
was a
did butcher
vampire.
the dressing of it, so it's I did not honor that kill.
Oh man, I could tell you a story about that. Talking about not honoring a kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can just talk about some real life blood and guts.
Yeah. How much do we want to talk about season 3?
I want to talk a little bit about it.
There were some questions about it. GMD in the first campaign, it was a player in the second. Can we expect more to be the player in the third season?
You know what? Real quick, I guess we should at least tell the people here on the stream kind of what's going on next week. So listen, if you guys are not subscribed to us on YouTube, go subscribe over there. If you guys are not following us on Twitter, go follow us on Twitter, because that's where we're going to keep you up to date with what's going on. We're talking internally about maybe shifting over to YouTube, possibly to stream this, since it might just be easier. And we're also talking about moving the time up. So we know a lot of people have said, hey, I'd love to come watch you guys live, but it's a little late. So we would like to move that time slot up a little bit. And we don't have those exact things ironed out, but we will iron those out and announce those on those social platforms. And then real quick, next week, We will probably be running a 1-shot or a 2-shot, and I don't think we've decided that. We'll probably put Jim Davis or Will Jones behind the screen for that, since they've got their Fantasy Grounds chops up and running.
Yeah, I run plenty of games on our channel, but we don't use a virtual tabletop. We're kind of old school.
You
Theater of the
just run it through
mind.
Hangouts.
Theater of the mind.
Like that.
Also, real quick, if you guys, let me just show you guys something here that we have been working on. So, what you guys are seeing here on the screen is you guys are seeing a really big announcement, because we are going to be opening up a second Save or Dice show, a second weekly show. And we're really, really, really excited about this. And I think we can go ahead and announce who all is going to be in this game. So this game is going to be run by Michael Hunt with Unmade Gaming. You can find him here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Unmade Gaming. And then we got some other big names joining the cast here. We got Jordan with Forgotten Realms Explained, aka Dwarfton. PH is silent. And then we have Cuddle Pit's going to be on this. Ted with Nerdarchy is going to be on the show. And then the final cast member is going to be Bill, aka Wylock, with Wylock's Crafting Armory. So that's that show that you guys see there on the left. On the right side is our season 3 show that everybody here in this show, in this season, is going to be returning back. And as you guys can see, we have a very handsome dungeon master. I'm not quite sure who that is. You guys will probably have to take a shot at
I think that's Pruitt.
Yeah, looks like Pruitt to me.
Looks like Pruitt to me.
Yeah. Spitting image.
Kim got it right on. New profile pic.
Something like that.
Cody, okay? You okay?
I'm fine.
You know, my character looks like Dave, and all of the other characters look like Pruitt.
That's by design, perhaps.
How much do you want us to talk about? Because I want to talk all kinds of things about this game.
Well, yeah, sure.
And that was not the updated art for my character, I'd like to point out.
That is not the updated art. We're going to get you some more hair, buddy. Don't worry about it.
We're going to.
I gotta have a mullet. Gotta have that Riggs mullet.
Oh man! Oh, and by the way, before I forget, the first game being ran is not Dungeons and Dragons 5e. That is going to be Numenera. So it's going to be Numba. So that is going to be a Numenera game, and I believe we're aiming to put that show on Mondays. Again, everything will be uploaded to YouTube, so if you guys can't catch it live, you can catch it there. So, and Jim, yeah, if you want to talk about season 3, talk about your character a little bit, yeah, we can do that. You guys want to go ahead and do that? We don't need the announcement trailer.
So,
I think, go ahead, Dave.
So I want to say, just want to throw this out there because we haven't really talked yet. So let's talk. Right?
Let's talk about it.
Stout halflings, right?
There's 3 halflings and a dwarf.
It's 3 halflings.
3 halflings and a fucking dwarf.
And 3 stout halflings and a dwarf.
3 stout
and
halflings.
all 3 of us have been like, we come from really large families.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Yeah, no. Dave, Jim, and my character, we're all related in some form or fashion.
It's gotta happen. All halflings are related, so they're all like cousins anyway, somehow. Anyway, so
I'm gonna admit something that I'm almost ashamed of admitting, but I've been so busy on stuff that I'm doing that whenever we're talking about character, great, okay, send me some backstories. I literally gave them and sent them off to the artist, and they all sent their character descriptions. Weeks went by. We're still talking about these characters. And I did not realize that we had 3 halflings in the party until I got the art back. And I was like, are you guys all fucking playing halflings?
Yeah.
It was a total surprise. So I was like, all right, I'll just throw this shit away.
Yeah. So do we want to go around the horn here and talk a little bit about our characters? Dave, why don't you start us off?
All right. So I don't even know if I've named my character yet. I actually might need like a name for a small town someplace in the world in order to fulfill his name properly. But he's definitely going to be a mishmash of Indiana Jones and Clint Eastwood and John Wayne is kind of like what I'm thinking. And when the artist is like, what does your character look like? I'm like, he's a halfling that he looks like Harrison Ford, pretty much. And those are the pictures I sent. And he's gonna fight with a machete and a whip. He's got his hand crossbow because sometimes you just gotta cap a motherfucker. But I'm gonna be a ranger with the archaeologist background, and I haven't picked the favorite enemy yet, but it's gonna be humanoid. And whichever two humanoids I pick, they're gonna be his study for archaeology, and that's kind of why I went ranger. So, and I know, like Cody likes dungeon crawls and stuff like that. So, I'm ready. I'm ready to do some dungeon crawling.
I was thinking about a moniker, right, to come up with for season 3. We'll have to do something with dungeon crawls. Yeah. We'll put you guys in a few dungeons, Dave, for sure.
I fucking love dungeons. It's fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. So
half the game apparently.
Yeah, it's 50% of the content.
It's 50%.
Everything else is just DLC.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do some dungeon stuff. Pruitt, what's going on with Roscoe?
Yeah, I will be playing Roscoe 3-Stone, but I will be playing the Kinsai Monk version. So see, since Cody was worried about art, this is my idea. If this character dies, then I'm going to come back as Roscoe 3-Stone the Barbarian. And so, because there's a lot of Roscoe 3-Stones in the 3-Stone family.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be playing a Kinsai Monk just because I wanted a halfling with a longsword. Because fuck that. Why not? I look forward to it. I'm playing him as basically a cross between Judge Dredd and Riggs from Lethal Weapon. So it'll be an interesting combination, and we'll see how it goes. But he'll be a keeper of the law. He goes throughout the land.
He's a real keeper.
Mitigating, anytime there's a kerfuffle in the halfling community, they need somebody to arbitrate. He steps in, does his thing, and I'll be third cousins with Jim Davis's character, and that's what we call a segue.
Oh yes, I'll be playing Huel Thunderbuck, a halfling with a bit of a mysterious past and a charming smile. And that's, I think, all I want to say about him. He is a wizard, so I'm getting to play a wizard. That'll be fun. But you're just going to have to show up to find out more about Huel's backstory, which is maybe more elaborate than I usually come up with.
Yeah, I like gaming this question. Can halflings stack like Cholton goblins?
I should hope, if our acrobatics are good enough, I hope.
Before the end of season 3, I better see that.
It has to happen.
Yeah, where do you think the goblins got the idea from?
Yeah. We did it first. As for myself, I will be playing the only non-halfling of the group, the dwarf, Grindelbrew, who is a cleric. A cleric of the ring. He is recently divorced from his wife Doris, who's with another lover, and Grindelbrew has come to find himself. He's a really old dwarf, and so he's like being put out to pasture, and the only adventurers, the only people who would take him in, are these 3 halflings. His wedding ring is his divine symbol. He is not at all over the loss of his wife, and he's basically going out to seek a glorious death and to perhaps win back her heart. So Grindelbrew's tale is one of love. He writes a lot of slam poetry in his spare time. A lot. I'm going to perform for you all.
I think the halflings see it a little bit different. I think they see it as like, like you're restarting your life. You need to go out there and get laid.
But yeah,
we're like, you're like, I found adventurers that accept me, and we're like a bunch of frat boys taking you out.
Basically, right? Yeah, like we found this kind of old dwarf, and like, come on, guy, you got to come out and party with us.
Yeah, like I've still got it. I can do this, and
I've got some ideas.
The party with the kids, he's like the one old guy at the frat house party.
Yeah. Oh my god! And since my guy's kind of based on Riggs, you're totally the I'm too old for this shit Murtaugh character.
That's great.
Just get too old for this shit.
It's gonna be so fun.
I did see one question from Through Frame that I wanted to answer. Question. Alignment. I assume you meant alignment there. There is no fucking alignment in my games, so don't worry about that. I'll rewrite the cosmos. So just throwing that out there. I've been doing a lot of world building for this.
Pruitt's made an alignment for himself.
It's on my sheet.
It's on my sheet. I wrote it down. I've been doing a little bit of world building for this. We're gonna have I've been spending a little bit of time building out a custom, a completely built up from scratch set of deities that I've been working on and kind of putting in some lore here and there. This setting is going to be a high fantasy setting, so it's going to be a little bit different than than Penumbra. It's going to be a place of fantastic locations. So it may not be, you know, kind of you walk in and it feels like there's so much magic that it almost feels like technology. But I wanted to create a world where when you went to the place where the elves are and you were just like, holy shit, this is like mind blowing. And, you know, and so on and so forth. So that's really what I've been working on, is just trying to build up some really big locations that, you guys can go play and explore and do all those things. I don't know how I'm going to try to keep this as open world as possible. So I think the story will lend to maybe a little bit more travel time than what we've seen. And my style of DMing is a little bit more, you know, it's just a little bit more old school D&D. I love dungeon crawls.
Back in my day.
I love puzzles. Will just it amazes me how young you are. It just blows my mind how young you are. I cannot believe you're 21. So fuck dude. But yeah, so that's not to go too much into kind of the world and what's going on, but yeah, it'll be a high fantasy place. There'll be, you know, these really great places to go and visit and see and explore, and some ancient tombs to pillage and rummage through, and secrets to unlock. And that's the kind of setting a little bit of the tone that what we'll see here in season 3. And we'll see if you guys can make it through the dungeons and make it through the mysteries, which I'm looking forward to.
Sweet.
Oh, the chat. That's awesome.
The law, I am the law.
I am the Laura.
I know, man.
So how many dinosaurs are going to be in this campaign?
Yeah.
There's no fucking dinosaurs in this campaign. Not a problem. In fact, they are bereft of dinosaurs. There's no fossils. They never existed. I don't know. We'll have to see. When I talked to the group about what kind of a campaign they wanted to play in, you know, we thought about maybe having some fun plane hopping, maybe having some fun in the Underdark. There's a lot of stuff on the table still, so I still don't even really kind of know where we're gonna even start off. Though I mean, I've got a few ideas, but so I'm looking forward to that.
Also, when you mentioned Will's age, I was like, you know, he's actually far closer to my children's ages than mine.
All right.
Make you feel young, buddy.
I'm gonna date your children, Dave.
Well, they're still underage. Don't get all creepy on me.
His son's 17, bud. No, don't go there.
Yeah, his daughter's 13. She's trying to date someone in high school. I'm like, no, not happening. We'll fucking murder you.
Parenting advice here.
Yeah.
Live on Shapeways.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some pixies. Kyubi 972. Well, maybe some pixies will show up or something.
Eternuses and T-Rexes that don't exist. They're plane hopping pixies. They've seen them.
Yeah, murder the daughter or the boyfriend. It wasn't clear. I don't want it to be clear.
I didn't want to press
I
it.
don't want to ask questions you don't want the answer to, Jack.
You know, you got to be ambiguous on these things because you just have to decide. You know, you might have to reserve your reservations to decide which one you're going to murder on the spot.
Yeah.
Make sure they're both afraid, really. You just want them both to be afraid.
Just instill fear wherever you go, yeah. All right.
Fear or respect. I'll take either.
That's a perfect note to... So, but let's move on to more parenting advice. I feel is where the show is going.
Come on, parent 911 me right now. Let's go.
We just
Jim, Jim, as a parent, how many boyfriends have you moved?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we can't divulge.
It's a secret.
He's never been judged.
Let's see. Any other? Do we miss any questions?
Yeah, is anybody else out there? You guys?
I think mostly people are just trolling me for not liking dinosaurs or alignment, but I don't see a lot of questions coming in.
Guys, do we want to help the chat and troll Cody about dinosaurs and alignment?
Don't even get me started about monks. Don't even get me started about monks.
Oh, Cody, I'm just gonna prove how wrong you are about monks. I'm sorry.
Monks are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
At the end of the second episode, you're gonna be like, "Hey man, listen, we gotta talk, man. Why are you attacking me every single time?"
Bring it, bitch. That's why I made a fucking Kensai. You don't think I'm gonna be foregoing my weapon attack to get that +2 to AC and using my bonus attack
All Pruitt's thought about for like 3 weeks.
for dodge action all the time? I'm gonna be like the wind.
As good as
The map is just coming up above his face right now.
Goldblum.
This is, by the way, this is exactly what goes on.
man. Drunken monk never gets attacked.
That's true. Drunken Monk's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna go between Drunken Monk and Kensai, but just Kensai looked too cool, and then I thought about the whole lawgiver thing idea. So yeah.
My alignment is chaotic dinosaur.
With the multi-class and the monk.
I'm gonna multi-class into dinosaur.
Like, what would you
Awesome.
do if you got shape changed?
The dinosaur class. My background is dinosaur, so
I know where this question's going, Jim. I think.
It's a custom background. Shape change into a dinosaur. As a
And
monk.
3.5, I made were dinosaurs.
Oh, hell yeah, you did.
Oh, full race of were dinosaurs. They're natural lycanthropes. It was
And
amazing.
that motherfucker rode a surfboard
See,
on one of his enemies.
what I'm doing is I'm just setting you guys up for a big surprise when we open up in the jungles of Chult.
And it's all dinosaurs.
And Cody's just running Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah.
It's dinosaurs spitting zombie dinosaurs.
We drop us right in the middle of Mesero at first level.
But Dave, you just recently played in a game with me this past weekend, a charity game for Mike with Unmade Gaming. Would you think of the dungeon crawl, the puzzle type encounters? Is that stuff that you generally dig, or are you more into the heavy RP side of things?
Jim declines to answer.
Hey, he doesn't seem to be answering. I think, is he frozen?
Jim?
Weren't we asking?
I was talking to Jim.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Dave.
He said
You played in the game this week, bro.
I thought
there.
I thought Dave might have also.
You said
played in
Dave. I thought you were talking
You
to Dave.
said
I'm like,
Dave.
why
You
is
said
Dave
well,
not
then I'm an
answering?
idiot. Fine.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
fine. There's
did I
tape of
hear
it.
Dave, but he
There's
said
tape
web
of it.
PM?
Yeah. No,
I'll tell you what.
I thought it was good.
I really enjoyed.
You need to go to the instant replay, please.
Yeah. Can we get
Clip
it?
it. Clip it.
It's a photo finish.
I like a dungeon that's like 10 times as big and half as empty. And like you can get lost in it. You have to keep track of where you are.
The Mines of
And like
Moria.
factions that are there. It's like we can trade with the goblins because they'll fight against the orcs with us, kind of shit. That's the kind of dungeons I like. And like puzzle rooms are cool. And like having to, like, particularly if it's like they're separated in the dungeon, I just fucking like dungeons. They're fun, you know. I like other kinds of shit, but I just also really love dungeons.
It's settled. Pirate Dinosaur campaign. It's on the way.
I fucking love pirate dinosaurs
Pirates
too.
versus dinosaurs.
Like that's
Can
my
we get
secret.
some
I just
ninjas
love
in
it
there?
all.
Pirate.
My
monk-
favorite Dragon magazine was dinosaurs, ninjas, and pirates.
Yeah.
Pirate dinosaurs versus cyborg monks. There it
Well,
is.
now we should just hold up and play that lasers and liches game I keep seeing popping up around.
Season
everywhere.
4. Let's go.
There's a lasers and liches game.
Dude, you should just Google lasers and liches. It's like retroverse kind of shit.
Oh my god.
I saw it on Twitter today.
Yeah, I've been seeing it all over the place for a while now.
We got.
Well, I saw it probably before you.
Google's like, did you mean lasers and bitches? No, liches, motherfucker.
Liches.
Because I can get
Let's see. Super high fantasy.
yeah, that's what I was
Good
seeing
job
there
on the chat.
too.
any modules. No, I played all the modules I want to in a minute. Maybe some like old school ones, you know, like I could go back to do a White Plume Mountain, you know, I could do it.
That'd be fun. I haven't done anything from the Yawning Portal stuff.
It was good.
Pretty fun.
I think I played through like 3 of the adventures before I kind of had enough of it. But if you like that sort of old school cruel stuff, you can get it on Roll20 and it does all the maps, and the maps are fucking huge in that shit.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that would be a good one to.
I'm like totally ignoring you guys now. This art is freaking amazing.
What did you Google?
I've never.
Oh, did you Google lasers and liches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking beholder.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's actually pretty sweet. I don't want to.
Safe search up, am I right? Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this: has everybody here played Tomb of Horrors except for me?
Yeah, I have.
I played Tomb of Horrors.
Pruitt, I'm sure
I
you
have not really played.
You never played it?
Like I tell my one story about it, and people are like, you didn't get past the entryway.
I did all the things. I did the Goblin Village, and I did a dinosaur race, and I did a disintegrate in the tomb.
Wait. Are we talking about Tomb of Horrors or Tomb of Annihilation?
Tomb of Annihilation, I thought.
Tomb of
He
Horrors.
said Tomb of Horrors. No, he's saying Tomb of
I don't
Horrors.
hear
Like,
anything. Tomb of Horrors. Oh, I've run that several times.
yeah.
It's the middle. It's the middle path. You do the thing. There's a secret door at the bottom of the trap door.
I specifically have not ran it because I wanted somebody to put me. I wanted to play through
try
it
it out.
first, and I just never found anybody that wanted to run it.
I highly recommend playing 26 level characters. It was
I,
awesome.
Yeah, the first time I ran it was for the 26 level, like 3rd edition characters, right? Like just the biggest fuck off epic characters you could. They're just like fuck your vampire monks with their eight draining levels attack each kind of shit. It was fun.
It's getting personal in here.
I was really, really drunk the first time I played it, and I remember nothing about it other than I killed everyone. I was on a 24-hour stream, and I was absolutely blasted. Did like 38 shots that day. I remember nothing about it, but I had a good time. Second time I played it, similar thing happened, but I remember a bit more of it. Yeah, so both times. I probably don't have any spoilers for you.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, that's good advice. It's good life advice.
Yeah, it's just good life.
Never touch.
Remember, kids.
There you
No
go.
touching.
Don't touch it. Don't lick
No
that.
touching.
Oh, touchy.
All right.
What was that fun?
So,
Any other question?
yeah, we'll take a few more questions here, guys.
Yeah.
It's 10:30. We'll probably wrap up here after a couple more questions. So if you guys have anything else you want to get in here before we bounce out of here, and again, follow us on Twitter. That's where we will update you on what time we are playing next week and what platform we are playing on next week. Also, we have our Teespring campaigns going right now. So if you want to snag a shirt for Save or Dice, I've got mine ordered. We have both shirts up. You can order the Save or Dice or the Save for Dice, and I'll post a link right here for you guys to go check those out. So that's still going for a few more days as well. And then get your questions in. Get your questions in.
That link tells me that I couldn't find the page that they were looking for.
Ruh-roh.
What?
Whoa.
What?
These aren't the pages you're looking for.
These are not the page. Well, this one pulled up just fine.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
I don't want to sell you death sticks. All right.
Gotta buy some death sticks. Hey.
So there's one.
Toxic dot.
I'll fix that. I'll post the other
That's
one.
a new NPC just waiting to happen for a
It's just-
campaign.
yeah.
Wanna buy some death sticks?
Oh,
can
thank
just-
you,
we can
Dear
just-
Vikingtron. I appreciate it.
We can just scrap all the art and just
Whenever.
play like Star Wars or something like that.
Next week?
Star Wars.
Is that what you're talking about next week?
I
We
don't
should
know.
just
I'm not
figure this out.
running a Star Wars
Hey,
game.
well, we got an important question. Are they making Ready Player One into a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out like in 3 months?
It's a thing. It's totally a thing.
I haven't seen any of the promo shit.
We got got a question here. What's tonight's WebDM video about?
I don't know. Do you know?
I do know. Should we does it matter? I mean, it's already out, right?
matter.
It's out.
Is
It's
it out?
Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well then.
Unless
yeah,
Travis didn't get it up yet.
it's
It
over
might not have.
henchmen, allies, animal companions, and familiar.
Anal companions?
Whoa. Whoa.
That is a
You
different
shot
thing.
the video. How
That
do you
guy
not know?
I am watching
This
that.
is backseat to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
So,
off,
yeah.
Cody, I've slept since we did that video, and
What's the matter? Were you a little hungover, buddy, for that
I
shoot?
didn't
No,
drink
he-
anything
he-
that night. Actually,
Jim
but
doesn't
remember I had to drive us
That's
home.
right. I remember.
No, I just don't remember.
Travis might have still been
it
reeling.
goes in and out, and then I get to enjoy the videos like I've never seen them before. It's fucking
I mean,
great.
Since
So
we do film in big chunks, so it is kind of hard to remember. And besides, sometimes Travis doesn't
Do you go back and watch
release
them?
in order.
You guys
Oh,
are
yeah,
like
well,
super
oh,
on.
I always go back. The second it comes out, I watch it.
I never look back. I just keep going.
Just Can't stop, won't stop. Just fucking on that grind.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
I mean,
I hate seeing myself and listening to myself.
I do
Yeah,
we do it to
I
like
can totally understand that, dude.
yeah.
Oh, I do a lot of the editing too. So
You got to watch your videos though, man. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
I edit them.
see it.
but we only do one video a week, so it's it's okay to it's easy to give 30 minutes back
Are you
to.
guys kidding me? I fucking love the sound of my own voice.
That's true. I
So
love
I
it.
have to
would have
count how many
never
times I
guessed.
say yeah and right. So
Pruitt's keeping it rolling. I count.
got a clicker. It's like right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What are they saying about me in chat here? Jim is a fan for. I don't know who it is that's commenting on our YouTube videos about how much they like me, but I appreciate it. It helps me out every time I read those. It's a little,
Dude,
just
your wife
self-esteem.
answers some of them of the comments that
Yeah,
we get on
my wife will
Saturdays.
answer some of the comments about jerking off to the sound of my voice and things like that.
oh my god.
I
And
saw,
It's a matter of public record, Cody.
I saw that. It was
Oh.
just like, I can't believe somebody left that comment. That's awful. You're like, yeah, I get the shit
No.
all the time. I went back
I
and checked. It was
do.
like,
I don't
Emma
have some.
replied to that shit.
We have some fans.
What does your wife reply? Can we curate just the reply your wife's replies to those?
I
And
think she said
I can
something.
pull it
like,
I can
yeah.
bring it up here. I took it. I got it framed when she sent it to me.
Yeah.
It was something about beating your meat.
It was explicit.
she's like, that could be
but they've
arranged
been-
for a price.
We've been getting messages like that in WebDM for
Oh.
a while now.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
It's fine.
it's all love of one form or another.
You know what? Anyone that wishes me well, I'll take them.
Yeah. Well, Jim, you might want to rephrase that. Like,
Phrasing.
phrasing. Are we doing? Is that
Still doing that, right?
Is that copywritten phrasing?
Somebody by the name of Slappy McGee username.
Slappy McGee.
Oh, damn it. Slappy McGee. Jim Davis, I can't beat my meat without hearing your voice. Somebody replied, Jesus.
Now how should
and
I
then
take that?
Emma come back in. Oh my God,
That's
me
like a
too.
terrible handicap.
Yeah, that could be bad for him.
That's
It
a
could be
real
really
life-
rough. You know,
Yeah.
I gotta produce as much content to help this guy out.
Yeah, you should become a member of our Patreon. That way you can get that podcast.
Is there any
Yeah.
way that you think that he is not a member of WebDM's
I
Patreon?
don't know.
40% of guys over 40 guys. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It happens to me in real life too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Sometimes you gotta hear your own voice, you know. I can do this. I can do
Yeah,
this.
I could do this. This
on.
is
Finish
a
line
good
is right
thing.
there. You're right.
You are the best. Yeah.
all right, guys. All right,
Anyway.
guys. All right. We had a great time. I cannot believe we're dead. That
Awesome.
was not planned at all.
So,
Speaking of that, since we're dead and we might meet our god, let's take one more question. Who is your favorite fantasy god in D&D or otherwise?
Oh,
Vecna.
Tier
Always
of the
has been.
even-handed is my favorite. Always has been. Put his hand in the fucking Fenris Wolf's mouth.
he did do that.
who's the
Really
dude in the Bible? That guy.
God?
God.
Sure.
Nice. Good answer.
Baby Jesus.
Will Jones just
Oh man, I
trans-
thought we were talking about fictional stuff, but
Well,
It's in the real world.
yeah,
as well.
I think that was Will's point.
Who's-
I would say just for the backstory, Calium, just because I love his backstory coming, like his rise.
I what's his name? The Lord of Light, R'hllor.
Rollor?
Yeah, because I sort of feel like if D&D were a real place, then that would be the gods that they'd produce. Like the night is fucking dark and full of motherfucking terrors, and you want a god that's like burn them all, just fucking burn them, and just do what I say and I'll protect you, kind of shit. Because there's like manticores and fucking ghouls and liches and dragons.
respect
It's
it.
fucking terrifying out there. Kill them all.
good answers. All right, guys. Is that it? Is that? Are we, I
I think we're done. I think we're
Just
out.
leave it right on.
have to
and-
end on that
and-
note.
And stop
Well,
streaming. Okay. So, all right, guys, listen, thank you so much for joining us for this season. Let me just say, we had a fucking blast this season. And you guys were a big part of that here on the community. the comments on YouTube, you guys watching us during the live stream, you can tell how many times you guys crack us up, and you can see it in the cast face when Pruitt looks over there, and all of a sudden he's smirking for no reason because he's reading through the comments and having a good time with you guys. So thank you guys for hanging out with us for this. I guess we should give a massive thank you to our sponsors who have been a huge part of this season. I think it's only fair. So we want to give a big thank you to Fantasy Grounds. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Fantasy Grounds team. You guys are a big supporter for us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for helping us put the show on. You guys can find links to all of our sponsors down below. Fantasy Grounds, of course, is our virtual tabletop of choice. Of course, we want to thank Pyromancers.com, who has provided us with Dungeon Painter Studio. All the maps that you guys see built on the show in Season 1 and Season 2 and into Season 3 are going to be built in Dungeon Painter Studio. And by the way, I can't wait to show up you two on your Dungeon Painter Studio skills. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna,
the guy with a lot of experience is
we're gonna have some good maps for Season 3. maybe some dungeons or something like that. And of course, ThinkGeek has been a big part of the show. So thank you, ThinkGeek, for sponsoring us here. You guys, there's actually an affiliate link. So if you guys are picking something up for Valentine's Day coming up, do it through the affiliate link. We'd really appreciate it. It lets ThinkGeek know that, hey, we sent you guys over there. Helps out the show. And of course, we want to give a massive thank you to Shapeways for coming on for Season 2. Of course, Shapeways is your go-to destination for 3D printed dice and miniatures, and they have some incredible stuff over there. If you guys follow WebDM on Twitter and follow me on Twitter, you'll have seen us going nuts with the paints at PAX South last month. Or I guess this month. Holy crap, this month.
Was this month?
Jesus, it's been so fast.
I know,
and
right?
so if you guys are into painting, you guys want to pick up some minis to go off and paint with, go check out Shapeways. They have a bunch of cool custom stuff. And if you're into 3D modeling, you can actually sell on Shapeways, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Make a good little scratch, little extra scratch.
People might not know this, but Hero Forge is actually printed from Shapeways.
Okay.
What?
I didn't even know that. I would have said that every episode if I'd have known that.
By the way.
By the way, so yeah, they make, the bottom line is they make really, really high quality stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, please go check them out. Links are down in the description below. That's all I got. We will update you guys on what's going on for next week after we have a little production meeting here, and that's it for me. So, cast, you guys have any parting words?
Been an honor to kill you all.
Nice.
It's been an honor to be killed by you. Well, maybe killed by you. We faded to black.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to Wyrme.
We don't know
Didn't
what
die
happened.
on
We
camera.
Didn't
It didn't
see the
happen.
body.
Didn't
Just
happen.
confirmed.
No body.
You notice I never rolled my death save, so
I'm pretty sure he said we were all blood eagled at the end.
I just
That might be.
just trying
they
to.
climbed up on the roof to get you, man.
Could have been a fake.
It was a high roof though. You never know.
That's true.
Jim
Anyway.
Davis, you got any parting words?
Nah, come back next week.
We'll be here.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Stay nerdy.